In this video, we'll go over all of WoW's news from the past week and try to compress it into a bite-sized video. Method wins the world first race and claims the first Mythic Kil'jaeden kill. A couple of things to note for the kill. There were a total of 654 wipes. The fight was buggy, so the actual wipe count is a lot higher than normal. To put that into context, heroic Ragnaros back in Cataclysm took over 500 attempts and was considered one of the hardest boss fights in the game ever. Half the raid team was rogues and druids, 2 bear tanks, 2 balanced druids, surprising diversity of healers. Only ones not present are holy priests and monks. Also of note, the resto druid was still rocking his 4-set bonus from the last tier, instead of the current tier bonus like all the other classes. 5 of the DPS were rogues, and the rest of the DPS were somewhat diverse, with 3 hunters, 2 arms warriors, a shadow priest, and a destro lock. Significant changes to feral druid talents and abilities, as well as frost death knights in the PTR. Too many to list here, but if you play either spec, you can just look up the changes yourself. The weekly bonus event for this week is Arena Skirmishes. If you're one of the 2 people in the game who likes those, you're gonna have a fun time. Warcraft Chronicles 3 was announced. The book should go into more detail on some of WoW's more iconic characters, like Arthas, Illidan, and Jaina to name a few. The release date is scheduled for March 27, 2018 of next year. Considering that the first 2 Chronicle books were good, I have high expectations for the next. Blizzard announces Mythic Dungeon Invitationals, a competitive Mythic Dungeon event for a chance at winning prizes worth up to $100,000. There will be a 2-week Proving Grounds period where you run Mythics with 5 people, and then submit your highest scores to Blizzard. They'll then choose 8 teams from each region to compete. In the head-to-head competitions, teams will execute a dungeon speed run. The first to finish will be declared the winner. All keystones and affixes will be determined by Blizzard at the start of the match. This may be the start to competitive PvE sports, unless some other game already does it that I just don't know about. More story content was released to the PTR. Looks like at the start of the new patch, there is going to be a significant amount of questing to be done on Argus. It reminds me a lot of Siramar with just how much story is being told. From all that I've done in the PTR, it's a lot more than we did on the Broken Shore, that's for sure. Details for strike points were also put on the PTR. They all work like Mist of Pandaria 3-man scenarios, in that you go into a Legion-controlled planet and fight off the demons. On the PTR, it's having problems solo queuing people for these scenarios, so it took me well over 45 minutes to solo one, but I assume it goes much faster if you're actually in a group of 3 people. A new lore website went up recently with a very easy to read layout that gives cliff notes of important lore events in WoW's history. The website creator plans on covering pretty much everything in lore eventually, so if you're a fan of WoW's lore, or just curious, I highly recommend you check it out. Link will be in the description. Bite-sized news update. I got a lot of feedback from the first episode of the show. Most of it positive, others just nitpicking minor things about the news itself. One of the things asked for was timestamps on the different stories. Seeing as this video aims to be short, I don't think those are necessary. If these videos ever start becoming 20 minutes long, then I'll definitely add timestamps then. And with that, I'll see you all next week.